going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to the last hour. A little bit less than that, actually, because it was late, because Cam took ages to come through. Little bit less than that, but basically the last hour of the transfer window, deadline day. There's going to be people passing through this hour, and we are waiting patiently for the imminent announcement of Sofyan Amrabat to Manchester United as well. It has been a busy day. And it looks like we have got our guys. Big up to Sol, big up to Rich, big up to Owen, and big up to Cam, and big up to you guys in the comments, man. We're going to be talking about the transfer window in general, how you lot feel, how you're rating it out of 10. We're obviously going to be talking about Amrabat and obviously waiting for the announcement. Excited to get that done. Interesting to see what the write-up is, what they say about him. And outgoings as well. Donny, Eric Bailly, and Mason Greenwood as well. There's a situation going on there where John Murtough is apparently stepping in to take care of that. So there's a lot going on. So I hope everyone's ready for the next hour. It's going to be jam-packed with something happening anyway. At least we know in the last hour we're going to get something.
I hope
At least
so.
we know that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Flex,
I've done an hour and a half stream about takeover bid that ended up not going in before. Anything's possible with Manchester United, but let's keep it light.
Anything is possible.
Exactly. Anything is possible. But let's kick it off, man, because it is all about Amrabat. This is the Amrabat hour. That's the main thing we are waiting for. Obviously, the regular long deal went through earlier. Rich, looks like we've got our man. Well, almost certainly, unless there's a catastrophe at the minute. We got our man.
Yeah, and you know what? We needed him. We all know we needed a coverage for Casemiro, but this guy's been sitting around like flipping Escobar for the past however many months, just waiting for us to get it over the line. You know, this guy's been waiting, and we were speaking off stream about it, right? How we're all excited because of the fact that this guy loves United, he loves the club, and he was waiting for us to sign him. We're all excited because he's here, but ultimately, you know, long story short, we needed this guy to come in, right? You know, our midfield is struggling. We've been having all these conversations about, you know, us getting run through. Certain people on the channel saying that dirty girl, talking about dirty girl in midfield. But hopefully Amrabat can come in and give us that solid. I knew you were gonna do that. So I'm hoping he can come in and give us that kind of solidness that we need. Maybe we'll be more of a less of a dirty girl in that midfield. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he can offer the team, to be honest.
Yeah, Owen's got it right.
I was going to press it twice, and I'm still trying to figure out what it means. So I was like, I don't want to press it twice early.
Yeah, you don't have to.
No.
It's cool. It's cool. So what are you saying, man? You know, we really needed this player. We've been tracking him all summer, and he waited. Yes, he turned down some clubs in terms of Fulham and Forest, where you're like, Man United are really celebrating that, how the mighty have fallen. But he does really want to come to Man United, and he made it very clear that that's the only place I want to go.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just relieved that it's got over the line now. I think you could see in the last few games that we just desperately needed him in the middle, and I'm just hoping that the wait paid off.
So Mina has no idea that she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. Yeah. We're on to you, Mina. You sort out your stuff. Like, carry on, son. Carry on.
But yeah, man, we got him now, so we just got to perform, and hopefully it improves us massively. A bit like, you know, like last season when Casemiro came in, and you could see the big difference. I'm just hoping that Amrabat has that difference in the middle, because right now, man, Mount for me, I'm a little bit on the fence. But
how do you think it's going to work now? Then how do you think? Because obviously, clearly, Ten Hag, you know, wanted Mount, one of his primary targets, if not at the time, gave him number 7 shirt. You know, got to have a lot of faith in him. Yeah. It's very, very early days, but now we've got Amrabat. Is it like a one or the other now? You know, one of them's going to be on the bench, certain horses for certain courses, different teams, different styles.
Yeah, I think he's got the versatility now to sort of mix it up when he needs. I think you can see, you know, in the past that he's a little bit cutthroat when it comes to performances. If you don't perform, you know, you're out. A bit like what happened with Maguire, really. So I think Amrabat, in my opinion, will become the more sort of solidified midfielder instead of Mount. But I think it'll be a lot of swapping and changing until he gets the right. I think the thing is, he could have a good run, and then all of a sudden we get a good run of games with Mount in the middle. You don't know. So
that's what we want. We want
options,
man.
Jumping, but obviously we have Champions League, right? And certain games you might want a more solid in Champions League. You might want a more solid midfield. But I'm really keen for Mount to be successful here because the start he's had, I need him to do well and really just shut the haters up. To be honest. And
it literally is a game. It's what he played
2 games,
68 minutes in the first game, and he didn't play 90 against Spurs, did he? I can't even remember. I don't think he did. No. So, it's such a small sample size. Cam, I know you're going to get into your tactical bag.
Come on.
On Sofyan and Amrabat. Because there's actually a video that you need to do that I haven't actually spoke to you about yet, but that's on its way. Tactical. Cam will have a tactical analysis that he doesn't know about yet that is going to get recorded on Monday about Sofyan and Amrabat. So maybe don't give away too much. But in general, though, how excited are you about the signing? Because I know you have been saying for a while of why he's kind of perfect for what we want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the signing, but more than that, I'm just glad the transfer window is over, to be honest. Like, it's been too much nonsense going on, and that's another, hopefully one less Glazer transfer window we've got to sit through until they're gone. Because it was seriously depressing the other day when we're offering a 2 million loan fee in installments. It's bad. At least we've got more.
But with that, though, and this kind of sums up, doesn't it? The transfer window with Manchester United is that may or may not be true. Like all of it may or not be true. Remember, Amrabat, Samuel Lucas a few days ago, he's probably not going to come. He's coming. Like, it's all madness.
Lucas was saying earlier today, wasn't he, that he's still not sure if he's coming. So I don't think Lucas had the best.
He's just trying to find a way to, Lucas is trying
tier 9 sources.
It's tier 9 sources. But how do you think he does fit in, though, Cam, on an overall thing?
Yeah, I mean, I can see him slotting in either for Casemiro directly because he's not been great so far, or in the role for Mason Mount. And I think either way, the big thing is that everyone in the team wants to play forward as soon as they get the ball. And it'd be nice to have someone that's just prepared to go sideways when you need to, control the game, control the tempo. And hopefully that means we can get the ball up the pitch a little bit slower. And that means that the whole team can get up the pitch. Because you saw against Forest, what happens when the whole team gets high up means that as soon as we lose it, we can press quickly, win it back, sustain our attacks. But so far this season, we've just been getting the ball into midfield, smashing it long straight away, hoping someone runs in behind and scores. If they don't, the whole team's so spread out, we basically concede a chance straight away. So it'd be nice to have someone that's got a bit more composure there and can help us play out of our own third, our own half a little bit easier. So that's what I'm most excited about for Amrabat joining.
Yeah, that's true. KG they were flexing KG fooled by Luckhurst on Amrabat. Yeah, because KG is the one who had the conversation with him, and he came running into me. He said, "I just had the maddest conversation with Samuel Luckhurst." He said that. But the thing is, and this isn't defending Luckhurst. This is just saying how it is with these things. Yeah. When things are said about transfers, they can be true in the minute of saying it in that moment. So at that moment, when the story goes, Samuel Luckhurst spoke to people at Man United and they scrunched their face up, they probably did.
That's true.
Over there in America at that point of the transfer window, they probably did. Because look how late he's come in. This wasn't meant to happen.
Things have changed. Things have changed in the last 72 hours. I mean, look at the amount of people he turned down. And the reason he turned them down, but they were all permanent bids. They were all permanent offers that came in. They were all, what was it, like 20 million euros, 25 million euros, something like that. Yeah. And I think United worked out, and this would kind of add up to the timeline of events a few weeks ago of, we don't have 25 million euros that we can spend from an FFP point of view. So we can't get him. So when it was a deal that could only be a permanent deal, we weren't getting Sofyan Amrabat. The thing that we're fortunate about is that Sofyan Amrabat told Fiorentina again and again and again, I'm not going anywhere that isn't Manchester United. So you can keep accepting these bids from these other clubs. I'm going to keep saying no, because nowadays with contracts, players have the ultimate power. And it was only really, 48 hours ago, 72 hours ago that Fiorentina went, we may be open to a loan. We may be open to a loan with an obligation to buy. And the moment that changed, then United were back in the race. So I think United have obviously known the conditions to sign him for weeks, but they haven't been able to do any of the conditions for all of that period of time. I think I can't remember who reported it earlier today, but they were saying actually that Dean Henderson's transfer fee has actually paid the loan fee involved in all of this. That's how little money we have. So it was a case of realistically, if Sofyan Amrabat doesn't, Sofyan Amrabat doesn't dig his heels in again and again and again and do everything in his power, I don't think this deal gets done. And it's a credit to him.
You know, it's not. I keep saying that we're broke as well, right? Because that's what it's come across as. But actually, we've just spent the money really badly because we're not broke. If you compare it to what every other club has spent, we spent maybe not Chelsea and maybe now not City, but we've actually spent good money. It's just that we spent it so badly, or we've over egged ourselves and be like, oh wait, crap, we've run out of money here. Now we
run out. It's the run out.
Yeah,
we spent the bit that we always knew we was going to have, which we was always told it's going to be like 120 something plus player sales, and basically that's kind of what it was. We went in strong with the money. Without the player sales, but we went in strong with saying, all right, well, we got enough money to get Mason Mount. There's 55, whatever add-ons. We've got enough money to get Onana. Here's that money, and we got enough money to get Højlund out of what we've got. Then after them three, that's what we was all waiting for, like a strong siege of sales to raise like at least 100 M's, at least, so we could spend like 220, 230, maybe 240 if we sold correctly. And that's what really ruined us. Minna, how excited are you to get Sofyan Amrabat? Obviously, I know you definitely watched him throughout the World Cup, as we all did, but I know you was proper back in Morocco as well at the time. And how much of an impact can he make? Because it's true, like we do this a lot as United fans. We're like, yes, we need this guy, we need this guy, we need this guy. Now when you look at it, we were like, we need a goalie, got a goalie. We need a midfielder, got Mason Mount. We need a striker, got Højlund. We need another midfielder, got Amrabat. We're getting the things we're asking for, essentially, in the end.
Yeah, but I think a team of our caliber, we shouldn't be settling for loan signings in a summer transfer window. I think that's the first most important part. I'm happy that we got Amrabat. We should be buying him outright. And I think with the whole FFP thing is, I think the club overestimated the value of the players that we had last season. And in reality, when it came to offloading them this season, for example, Fred, we brought him for 50 million on a 5-year deal, meaning on the financial statements of Manchester United, they were reporting 10 million on their balance sheet. They sold him just about for that 10 million where they broke even. So I think they overestimated even Fred's worth because they thought we could get maybe 15 to 20. I remember seeing 20 million for Fred. In the end, they were asking for 12 million euros. I think the club definitely overestimated how much players are worth. I think the whole Harry Maguire, McTominay, the inability to offload players has impacted our ability to bring in players. And that has nothing to do with money. That just has a lot to do with mediocrity in terms of the management of the club. I mean, Sofyan Amrabat was basically, I was saying it on my channel the other day, he was basically on hunger strike, forcing himself to move. He was saying, I'm not showering. I ain't doing nothing. I'm not showering. I'm not changing my clothes. I'm literally not doing nothing until
Just stop oil, just standing in the road.
Just forcing a move. And the poor guy, he's literally like, the poor guy probably hasn't eaten in about 2.5 weeks.
He should. You know what? Man. He shouldn't have been driving today, Minna. You're right.
No.
He was driving.
I swear, if we didn't actually go in for a bid, I think he would have been on a boat to England to force that move. He would have forced that move. And I think, obviously, I'm happy. I'm really excited to see how he kind of works in the team. Not just that, I'm really interested to see how Ten Hag kind of manages Casemiro and Amrabat.
By the way, Flex, are you like permanently happy? Or you just froze?
I'm just excited. You got Amrabat.
You're just so happy.
Look at you. You got the biggest grin going on. He's happy. He's just happy that
Happy New Year.
When he's happy that the window's closing. He's happy. It's been a long day, and just permanently there you go.
Turned into Mike Phelan.
Turned to Mike Phelan.
Might have to just.
The question is, does he come back? That's the big question, isn't it?
Can you still hear me though?
We can still hear you.
Yeah. Maybe I might just do the rest of the show like this. I miss Mike Phelan, to be fair.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna refresh. You lot carry on.
Yes, we'll carry on.
I'll carry on. I'm excited to see Amrabat. I'm interested to see how Ten Hag handles all the different. Because they all want to play. He wants to play. Casemiro wants to play. When Mount comes back from injury, he would want to play. Bruno wants to play. How are they going to work all of that kind of out? But let me just say one thing. Yeah, you guys think Casemiro is a cruncher. You haven't seen nothing.
This guy, the yellow card.
Amrabat is going to be 2-footing people off the pitch. Hopefully, you don't get booked and sent off or none of that stuff. But I'm really excited to see first ever Moroccan to play for Manchester United. That's historic.
I was thinking that is he the first Moroccan? Yeah, you must.
And I barely buy shirts.
What is going on here?
But now he's picking his nose. What the hell?
It's getting worse.
You're back.
Now it's back.
You're back.
Oh man.
Oh, you got the KG level of technology going on at the moment. Oh,
same camera, same wires. Is it a restart thing? I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, I hear what Mina's saying there. Yeah, he's gonna be when he does that first mad tackle at Old Trafford, like the raw. Obviously, it ain't all about just running into people, smashing people, because ironically, that's the thing that we were saying, the passion and desire thing. Yeah. Like, can we please move away from that and have people who can actually take the ball, play with the ball? But in true Man United fashion, we've kind of tried to move away from it. And the biggest thing straight away is we're going, where's the steel? Where's the grit?
Right.
I'm already looking at it as options. I don't look at it as like, oh, that means this for Mason Mount now. Oh, what does it mean for the... I want us to have good options. When we're playing... Well, let's say Bayern Munich away now. I want to know, you got Casemiro, you got Amrabat. Let's put up a big wall there. Let's go fight. You know what I mean? If we're playing Man City away, Liverpool away, all these big teams, all these big games, let's not just be soft in the middle. Let's get someone who's going to get after people. Someone who's not shook to play. Someone's not scared of the occasion or scared to even take a tackle. Scared to, scared to put their foot in. So. And again, not scared to play because we don't want to just make him out to just be this bully boy who's just going to run around kicking people. The guy can play.
Here's one. What is our best midfield lineup now? Now, assuming Amrabat comes through the door, we get an announcement. What is the best midfield? Let's say 3. We're saying that like Bruno, that 10, we're counting as a 3. What is the best 3? Anyone want to?
I think hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, we're all going to say, well, maybe not all of us. A lot of people are going to say Amrabat, Casemiro, and Bruno. But one, we haven't actually seen Amrabat playing that midfield with those two guys. So we're just saying it, hypothetically. But also, we haven't really seen new signing. And we haven't exactly. and also we haven't really seen Mount in that fully. Like Flex said, he's only had just over one game. So we don't really know. I want to say Mount is still going to be Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro. But Amrabat is probably going to be, the one, really. Amrabat, Casemiro, and Bruno is probably going to be one. I mean, Statman, Coach Cam even now, maybe you can tell us.
Yeah, he's changed. Change the sign in the back. Wait, change the sign in the back. Update the brand.
Yeah, the rebrand's not happened up here yet, but... I don't know what we'll see, I mean, Casemiro's not been great, so maybe
he might get dropped, who knows?
But also, there's been a bit of disrespect, I think, for Christian Eriksen. Because actually, last season, I was thinking this earlier today. When over the summer, when we signed Mason Mount, I was quite excited because I thought, hang on, Eriksen's got no legs. For the last however many months since he came back from injury, he was just letting runners go, not tracking anyone, not helping out his fullback and his winger when they needed to defend, not really helping out in the press. But actually, there's a reason why Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno only lost once together. And it's because Eriksen is a very, very good player, really good on the ball. And I think probably he's better on the ball than I thought myself.
Because you was cussing him last year. I remember.
Yeah.
Me and you. Yeah, I remember that.
I was, and rightly so at times because he wasn't tracking his runners. Defensively,
I said double down.
Yeah.
But you're sorry now.
That was kind of like the double dip of I was wrong, but I wasn't wrong.
No, at times he wasn't doing his job defensively, but at other times I think he was quality on the ball, and that's the reason why we didn't lose it as much. So maybe it could be Amrabat, Eriksen, and Bruno. You never know. If Amrabat's got the legs then to make up for Eriksen's lack of it, he could be the solution in there. You never know.
Well, and then when Casemiro gets red cards as well, we're going to need someone.
Saying on red cards.
What is Amrabat? You worried about that with Amrabat as well?
Yeah. We just spent 5 minutes saying he's going to go around 2-footing people, snapping everyone. Massive roar in the first tackle. What if he gets sent off against, Bayern away in his first game?
We've got coverage now, don't we? That's the idea. If everybody's fit, we've actually got a bit more coverage now across the midfield. So
that is true.
Just quickly, before you guys carry on, there's been an update from David Ornstein on Mason Greenwood. He says that Mason Greenwood is close to moving from Man United to Getafe on loan. Not done yet. Paperwork in process of being finished, but club's optimistic of completing. Getafe now the only team in the frame for him. There were some talks of Lazio earlier on, I saw, and some other clubs. But who's that? Who's gone? Oh, Rich is gone. Yeah, that's the latest with Mason Greenwood. We'll keep you updated.
I'm also hearing something, Flex, that possibly we might be looking at a 10:30 for Amrabat. Possibly at 10:30. So stay tuned. Perhaps
stay tuned. Stay tuned. Just back to Eric's minute. What you got there? McDonald's Coke?
No.
Oh, I know Minute always loves the McDonald's Coke. He's always like, yeah, where's the McDonald's? I get to bring McDonald's. Just back to Eriksen. When I do agree with what Cam was saying, because when he came back from the injury, he did look, a little bit off it. But when you break it down, let's just be honest, right? How much slower, has Eriksen got from bloody, when did he come back?
Well, this is the thing, Flex. This is the thing. We go back to the start of last season.
Slower. Or is he just the same speed, but
he's never been fast?
We beat Liverpool at home. We beat Liverpool at home. We beat Arsenal at home with who? Christian Eriksen and was it even Casemiro that day? That was in the midfield. I don't think it was. I mean, it might have been McTominay in that midfield that day. Yeah, it would have been McTominay. And Christian Eriksen in that game was unbelievable. I think back to like the Arsenal and Liverpool games. What did we keep saying? Pass before the pass. I still say he is our best technical midfielder. He can do passes that other people in the midfield cannot do. And I agree with Cam that I think there has been this, because when he came back from the injury and whenever it was March around that kind of time, he was slow and he looked like he could only do 50 minutes. It was quite alarming actually, but he did 90 against Forest the other day. It might have been looking a bit leggy towards the end, but that was a comeback as well. And he was instrumental. He scored the first goal. So I think it does a bit of a disservice just to write him off as if.
But that's what I mean. But that's what we do. That's what I was saying. It's like that's kind of what we do with players, where it's like, okay, now on to the next. We want the next. We want the next. We want the next. And all of a sudden, the players that you're saying you want to move on from are now bad players. And it's like I'm saying, Eriksen's leg speed could not have got all of a sudden in one flip it in like 6 months. All of a sudden, he can't run. He can't play for Man United anymore. Rubbish. Like that's just not true.
Funny, when you asked the question, and I was looking through the chat, right? No one mentioned Eriksen. Like everyone was like Casemiro, Mount. You're right. So it does depend on
the game. It does depend on the game, and he couldn't have regret the same way how Casemiro started a little bit badly, and the midfield's all over the place. One summer, Casemiro hasn't gone from people saying, "Tell you what, I know there's Rodri and that Partey, I get it, but could be Casemiro. He could be the best. You know what I mean? He could be the best in the defensive midfielder in the league. So, and all of a sudden now he's not. He's rubbish, and now it's a worry. Like, what's he going to do? He's crap. No, that's not. The midfield just isn't right, and we've started badly as a team. That's just the truth. Like, when we settled down against Forest, the team was doing the things that we want to see it doing. Do you know what I mean? Albeit it was from 2-0 down because of mistakes. But in terms of how we played, it's fine. So in the right games, Eriksen's going to be absolutely fine. Really, isn't it?
Agreed.
Completely fine. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't see there being a big problem with that. So what are you talking about in terms of the options though that we do have? Like, how good is it to have different profiles, different options to be able to call upon?
I think. Yes. Go on.
Sorry. Yeah. So I think it's important that we have those different options, and I think that's maybe what we've been missing. I think with especially with like last season, like especially with Casemiro, even with the situation with like getting multiple free kicking bans, even like having the backup, having the backup in the middle. But even with Eriksen, like what you were saying about getting slower, even at the end of last season, you could kind of see at the end of the season he's kind of passive. It was like he was frail in the middle all of a sudden, and that's why I think it's good to have the versatility and options in the middle there, because I think right now, that we're just relying on, like, now that Mount's injured, we're just relying on Eriksen, for example, and I just think at that age, I think it's important that we just have depth, really.
It is about depth.
And different games, different opponents as well, isn't it? I mean, that's the point too, is that we're not Man City where it's just we can play the same every game. It doesn't matter. We're the best. We're not the best team in the league. Hopefully we can be one of the best teams in the league. But I think Ten Hag would want to get to a point where he's playing his system, doesn't matter every single game. But we still got a record away from home's rubbish. So when we go away to the Etihad, when we go to Arsenal, whatever, we've got to have a bit more grit in midfield. We've got to have a bit more bite in midfield. We've got to compete. And, those games at home where they're doing a low block, that's when you go, well, maybe it's not Casemiro and Amrabat today. Maybe it is Eriksen today. Maybe we do need something, a bit more guile, a bit more creativity. But like we were saying, we need options. And whether it's, Casemiro getting suspended or not, there just might be games where it's like Casemiro, he's playing every game at the moment. We need to rest him. He's the other side of 30. So we'll need not that Amrabat's a like for like, but someone can do that job. So many times last season when Casemiro was missing, we were like, what are we going to do? Who's going to replace him? Because McTominay, he's not really going to do that job that Casemiro does. You're more comfortable if it's Amrabat in there. You go, at least we've got Amrabat. He can do that kind of job, and someone else can come in. Mount can come in or something like that. So I think having those different options is going to be important to Ten Hag this season.
Let's get some chats out. One sec, Rich. Come straight back to you in 2 secs, Rich. Red Devil says, KG's transfer kitty. Players, where are the players? Where are the players? KG said we had some transfer kitty and we were
it was the war kitty.
Struggling. The war kitty, that was it. But yet we were struggling up until the last hours to get Amrabat over the line. Where's your war kitty, KG? Where is it? We want to see it. Chingy says, wow, Ivan Toney has joined the channel. Welcome, bro.
I'll take that.
I assume it's me.
I mean,
you don't even look like.
Bro, I got Fred. I got Ivan Toney now. I don't know who else. Who's next?
I'll tell you what, the craziest one was DJ when they were calling him Antonio.
That was on the match stream.
Oh no!
Yeah,
DJ does look like Antonio.
Yeah, he does. Though he does. That's the thing.
It's Dexter Daps.
Oh, breaking news! Breaking news!
Breaking news! Speaking of breaking news, Dexter Daps.
Yes.
Yes, breaking news.
Don't
understand the reference.
Don't understand the reference. Of course,
I was about to say.
Owen, chill. I'll send you the tune, man.
I was just going to go, well, breaking news anyway.
Owen, just break the news about Amrabat.
Yes. Sofyan Amrabat has joined Manchester United on loan from Fiorentina until June 2024, subject to international clearance and registration requirements. The midfielder has been capped 49 times by Morocco and played every minute of his country's run to the semi-final of the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Last season, Amrabat played a key role as Fiorentina reached the final of the Coppa Italia and the UEFA Europa Conference League final. Sofyan Amrabat has said, it is a huge honor to become a Manchester United player. I had to be patient for this moment, but I'm someone who always listens to my heart, and now I'm representing the club of my dreams. I'm a passionate player. I want to bring that energy to the squad. I will put everything into every action I take for the team. I know exactly how Erik ten Hag likes to work and what he needs from his players. His coaching and guidance developed me so much as a player earlier in my career. He's got a Morocco shirt. I know that he will help to bring out the best of my abilities so that I can help the group to be successful this season. John Murto has also said, we have tracked Sofyan for a long time, so we are really pleased to bring him to Manchester United. His committed, high-energy approach to the game fits perfectly with the group that we are building here. We know that with Sofyan's mentality, dynamism, and technical qualities will help the squad as we look to achieve success in all competitions this season. So it is officially announced. Yes, Sofyan Amrabat has joined Manchester United on loan. Flex.
Welcome to United.
I'll mute myself. I had to unmute myself. Yeah, I went to get my Morocco shirt and I remember like there's so much green in it. It's never going to work with the thing. Yeah. But big up Amrabat. We're going to see a lot of Moroccan flags in Old Trafford. Definitely. He's in, man. That's it. That's all we wanted. Just get it done. Like Cam said, I think when the Reguilon thing happened, I think I just said just shut the window. That was without getting Amrabat. I was just pissed off there at that time. I was like, just close this window, because actually what we actually do need is a bit of calm. The players in, Rasmus Højlund's back fit now. Get to the international break, get a little bit of dance, just get some calm. Like, do you know what I mean? Try and get through this Arsenal game and see what happens. But we need some calm, and we need the squad to just be relaxed at where it is. Everybody knows that they're staying or, you know, they've already come so that they know they're here. And then we can really start to work and just move forward. Because when it's like this and it's frantic and you haven't got the players you want and the feeling's quite negative because the hours are ticking down, like Cam said, another Glazer window, we're seeing us not be able to afford players, and then it's emergency loan this and it's all that. Now it's just over. And I know there's half an hour left of the window, but for us, it's finished now. Apart from a couple of, you know, outgoings that are going to be on loan or for pittance money. It's done. And that's what I'm actually most relieved about. And it is done, though, with the player that we all did want. I'm going to carry on with those super chats before we pick up the chat. Jerome says, I'm worried about our drop in creativity with Casemiro and Amrabat. We can't have only Bruno creating from a central area, but a needed signing. Amir says, Casemiro the destroyer, Amrabat the builder, Bruno the creator. I'm excited. Where do you guys rate that midfield? I think it's the second best in the Premier League. Wow. Okay. I don't know about that. I'd love to disagree with you for no reason, but I don't know about that. Red Baron says, but yeah, it's one of them. I don't know about that. Red Baron says, but you need a good cardiovascular system. Just what? As in, that's why we got Amrabat.
You were saying Ericsson. You were saying,
right.
Yeah.
A while ago. Choco Page says the key with Ericsson and Casemiro is age. They'll need cover. Can't go 100% all season. The task now is for Erik ten Hag to put the system together. It's up to him now. And Red Baron says players get jet lagged. You can agree to that, Flex. Absolutely, of course they do. Yes. And Shane Starr says Mainu ? That's another one as well. Yeah. Like, let's not forget there was a plan for Mainu. I mean, if he didn't get injured against Real Madrid, this could all look very different. I'm not saying we wouldn't have got Amrabat, but it is the finer margins in football. Imagine he, you know, comes through that Real Madrid game, even though we lost and just played really well. Then he played against Dortmund. Then he comes back, you know, starts the first game of the season at home to Wolves, plays all right. You never know with these things, the trajectory of a player or the pathway for a player. So yeah, if you add Kobbie Mainoo to this, then it could be a good look. Minna, what are you saying?
Sorry, I felt like I had to put my hand up.
Absolutely. There is 6 of us. You have to do that, definitely.
School settings. I got a theory. I actually have a theory that we will probably get Amrabat on a permanent next summer. I don't see Casemiro seeing out his contract till 2027. I don't think we will get the best of Casemiro until then. I think 25, maybe he might leave as a result, kind of get pushed out of that starting 11. Could be Saudi. I'm not too, I don't know. I'm not seeing that far into the future. But Kobbie Mainoo, I think, and Amrabat is the future of that midfield. I genuinely think that the next couple of years it's going to be them two.
Thoughts on Amrabat, Cam, in terms of him trying to... Amrabat, Mainoo, sorry. Because obviously with the injury, and he is really young, hasn't played in the Premier League yet. We get it, 100%. So actually, these types of signings are good to let him just cook underneath, come in where he needs to. You got Casemiro ahead of him. You got Amrabat ahead of him. Tomini's still actually going to be there as well. So, but a good chance for him to learn and actually come into this team now.
Yeah, I like him a lot. But going back to what Owen was saying earlier on this sort of thing in terms of different options for different games, even Man City, if you think about how they played in the Champions League semi-finals and the final, and even the FA Cup final as well, that wasn't vintage Man City. That wasn't Pep playing Guardiola ball. That was really quite defensive football and just hope for one chance and hope you score it, or in the FA Cup final, just shoot because of the person that was in goal for the other team. But
it took him 33 minutes. That's all it took. That's all it took for 33 minutes. It's over. Move on, man.
I thought about Cam the other day because
can't hurt you anymore.
Did you not see David De Gea's training video when he's in the basketball?
He was catching crosses.
I did think that when he caught crosses, and I thought, wow.
I thought, David.
He's practicing. I
was like, David Cam's going to see this. Yeah, just Marcel's going to see this. Just put the proper, at least put a football kit on, man.
Actually, another point. Do you remember when we were filming that? I think it was just after the end of the season. We were filming some short UV videos. Don't think they ever made it out. But we were talking about how much we thought we could raise in player sales. And I distinctly remember Marcel saying that the players that we had to sell would be worth over £200 million.
Oh, my God. He did say that. He did say that.
Wow.
Marcel,
receipts.
I'm not even... Marcel says nuts things all the time.
Sometimes they come true. Someone pointed out earlier on.
Yeah, well, where's Harry Kane? Where's he?
Well, that's what I said. That's what
Where's
I said with that one.
Mbappe?
He's got to wear that David De Gea shirt that's in the studio, yeah, and good. It's the only one that can fit him. It's an extra small, so it's the only one that's going to fit him. But he said, I believe he said, out of all of us, like how many players we were going to sign, I think he said like 6, and I think it is 6.
Did he say we'd sign 6 players?
I think he said like 6. It was 6-ish.
But we signed 7.
I said 3. I said 3, and I rose it to 4. It was at 7.
7.
Oh, you counted Johnny Evans.
Oh, Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans.
You counted Johnny Evans. Minna's used the Johnny Evans loophole. Don't like it.
That's rude. And you can't really give Marcel Reguilon as well, because that's like
it counts, Flex.
You know what's mad? What's mad? If you go on the United website right now, right? If you go on the United website, Reguilon is the banner at the top, like his signing. We haven't even. We're trying to exit out.
We spoke about that guy once. And you know what?
Exactly.
Football is weird. Imagine Reguilon comes in is wicked till January. Imagine we get to January. This is we talk about hypotheticals because it's just a bit of fun. Imagine we got to January and we're like, "Bro, Reguilon's been sick. You know, I know you've been out, Luke Shaw, but I'll tell you what, he's got a couple of assists. He's defending well. I can't see it happening, but I'm just saying, imagine it did. We were like, right,
we were meant to sign him back. We were meant to sign him back in like COVID times.
Yeah,
2020.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing with him.
How many? He's crap. No place for us.
How many assists does Luke Shaw actually have in the Premier League? It's not a lot, is it?
It's
not a lot.
Yeah.
So what if like Reguilon came in and he got like, I'm saying just even if it was like 3 or something, he'll be like, tell you what.
We're fickle. If Reguilon
if he bangs the goal
across and Højlund scores, we're going to be like, that's the service Højlund's need. You can take him out.
This is what he's needed the whole time.
That's what we'll do because we're fickle, innit? We just go off emotion. We all do it. That's just what it is. So I don't know, man. That David says Reguilon is better than Malacia. Don't know.
I don't know about that.
Don't know about that. We'll have to have a look properly. Owen's style advisor, Owen's personal style advisor.
Mate,
Owen's
I love it.
It's working really well.
Flex, everyone in this channel has their place, but Owen really is the glue that ticks things along. Where is the pay rise for my boy? Disgrace cheating. Owen has just sent a £5 super chat to the channel himself.
This is the thing. This is the thing. It's people legitimately, you say that they think it's me. It's not me. It's not me. The problem is as well, I've been typing the whole time, so it looks like it was me. I've been like,
yeah, exactly.
Owen, I'm going to send you something on WhatsApp. Yeah, have a look at it.
Okay. Oh.
Sources.
It's probably breaking news.
I think I know what it might be before you even send it. By the way, because I think it doesn't matter.
Okay, Fabrizio Romano, 42 seconds ago. Donny van der Beek will not move tonight. Donny van der Beek will not leave Manchester United. And that is brilliant for us because we have now even more midfield options. And now we can unlock Donny. Now we can, get him playing.
Don't know about that.
No. So let's go to you on that. What are you saying? Donny van der Beek will not leave Man United this evening.
I don't know. I'm sort of on the fence about him. He's had so many chances. It's just it's like it's come to the end of the road too, very soon. And I think it was right that he went, really. But I see what you're saying, though. I see what you're saying, and some games he is good. I wouldn't say that.
I was joking.
He's being excellent.
Yeah. I'm gonna say.
I'm trying to give him some sort of props here. But no, I think it's it's a bit like the Harry Maguire situation. You just kind of like,
it's time to
go. It's time.
Rich, what say you?
Yeah, I think if we're gonna read between the lines there, he said he's not gonna leave today. So maybe because I think the Turkish league window stays open a bit longer. I can't see Donny going to Saudi, so it probably is just the Turkish league that he might be able to go to. But let's be honest, that probably means he's staying. Now, I was going to say earlier when we were talking about having all these options. This is the kind of manager we want these options to have, right? To have options, because Ten Hag is a tactician. We were saying that Casemiro was missing sometimes last season. He got the job. Ten Hag found a way to get us over the line. So I think he's the kind of manager that is good to have these options, but I just don't think Donny van der Beek really was going to be one of those options this year. So maybe he'll go to Galatasaray, maybe he'll go to, you know, one of these Turkish clubs. But Donny, I think, bro, I like the guy. And, you know, we were saying this about Weghorst, right? We love him. Great guy, smile around the place. But I think it's probably time for him to go, to be honest.
Red Devil says, did David De Gea ever reject Cam an autograph or something?
Must have.
And Lil Yo-Yo says, Van der Beek to Galatasaray, Turkish windows open, which you just kind of talked about, Lil Yo-Yo. Cam, I mean, that's the thing, innit? Donny van der Beek, right? When you look at the beginning of this window or the lead up to this window, you're saying one of the prime targets, prime players to be sold, who could get not an amazing amount of money, but if you're looking at the players that we had to sell, you're looking at a 15 million maybe. If you could be smart with how you structured it and we were good at selling, maybe 20, but 15 at least. And it's like, it hasn't happened. And this is the problem. Like, he's gone on loan to Everton, injured, didn't work, came back. Here all last year, injured again, plus couldn't get in. How has he not secured a move all summer? How have Man United not been able to do that? Or did no clubs maybe want him?
Yeah, it's probably a bit of that, to be honest. I think the wages, like with every other player we try and sell, wages he's on are probably massive. And I think he's a player that has probably a very specific skill set and he'd be good in certain clubs, but for the majority of clubs, he's just not good. Like, he can't go to... Realistically, I don't think he'll ever cut it in the Premier League. I don't think he's quick enough, can't get around the pitch. Physically, just can't match the levels needed. Maybe in Spain or Italy, but those clubs don't have that much money at this point, so they can't be paying a 10, 15 million pound transfer fee on top of his wages. And if he's been injured for half the season, the last 2 seasons, for a lot of clubs in those leagues, that's a really big signing if it's 10, 15 million. And so you can't waste a big money signing on someone that's been injured for that long when there's better options available. So it's a tough one. I feel for him because I don't think anybody has a bad word to say about him.
No, definitely not.
No. He seems like a really good guy.
He is.
It's just a real
and
shame.
He was a really good player before he came here.
Yeah, and look, I think he could still have his uses in certain games, but I just don't think he's ever going to get high enough in the pecking order that he's the man to turn to.
No.
So I think in certain games where they're keeping the ball really high for long periods of time, he could be the guy that finds a little gap in the box to get a shot away, score a winning goal, like he did against, was it Palace, when he scored an equaliser later on?
That was his first game, isn't it?
Yeah. He's good at that. His movement's brilliant in the box. He's really good at facilitating other players, but he's just never going to be that guy that you look to off the bench and say, yeah, come on now, make an impact, score us a goal. And if you look at him to start, he's never got the physical attributes you really need to have as a starting midfielder in a team that already probably lacks a bit of physicality. I think you can say that all managers will have their system or whatever, but the players make the system. Like Pep can take out whatever player and put in a different player and it will slightly change it because that player plays in a slightly different way. The way that Donny plays is never going to affect that system really in a positive way because the other options are Bruno, Casemiro, Amrabat, Ericsson. They've all just got more to them. Even McTominay, to be honest, has got more about him.
Absolutely, can affect the game more. Yeah.
McTominay actually now might benefit from getting Amrabat in because he now won't be played as a 6. He might be played as an 8 on occasion if he does get on the pitch, which it's a good role for him. He's better in that.
Dav says true, but you're describing Mount. It's like Mount can be like a better version of Donny because he is more physical, can get around the pitch, is good on the ball, might not score loads, might not assist loads. It's a fair point because actually he's like the upgrade on. He's probably what we want him to do. I know he hasn't quite done it yet, but what we want him to do is what we probably bought Donny for at that time. Make clever runs into the box, set people on the edge of the box, chip him with a couple of goals, play the game in a smart way, basically.
By the sound of things, Donny was just a bad signing. It didn't even sound like the manager wanted him at the time. It was Grealish that Solskjaer wanted, wasn't it? And then he ended up with Donny because the board had just gone, here's a player.
Yeah. Owen, what say you? Or what's going on? No. Okay, he's listening to stuff. He's on mute. All right, okay. He's okay. All right, cool. He's saying we'll come back. Him and Min are plotting something. We'll come back to them in a bit. Actually, I do want to talk about this. Actually, Pellistri, Rich, because it looks like he's going to stay. There was talk as well about Fernandes going to Granada as well. We'll touch a little bit about that, what that would look like. But Pellistri, I mean, talk about having conversations with people on tour and then it not turning out. We spoke to his dad, me and KG, and he was very adamant at that time that we need to go out, and we've decided that already. It's the best thing for him. But maybe Ten Hag had a U-turn.
Yeah, I saw reports that he had a conversation or something with Pellistri, or that he's staying following talks with Ten Hag, right? But then you look at that, where's he going to play, right? He plays right-hand side. And you look at that right-hand side, Ten Hag isn't dropping Anthony unless one is injured, I guess, or he has an absolute stinker. And because some of us think he's had a stinker, but he's still not dropping him at times. So then, right-hand side, maybe Sancho, then you've got Ahmad coming back. I think Pellistri is going to struggle to get game time. But then at the same time, then you consider we're in a few cup competitions where we've got Carabao Cup, we've got FA Cup. So, maybe he will get some game time. Maybe if we can stay in those competitions long term, he will get game time. And maybe that's what the kind of conversations they had looked like, like, we'd like to stay here. You're basically right now, actually, our backup right winger. Because when I'm thinking back to the last 3 games, when he's come on I think he came on against, was it Spurs? He came on in the end of the game, or he came on in one of the games anyway. He was the second choice. So he's right now at this stage with the Ahmad injury, with Sancho kind of not really playing on the right anyway. He's our backup right winger. So maybe he is going to get some game time, to be honest. And maybe they just decided, there's no point going on loan. Because then when you consider, you said Alvarez has gone on loan. I would have thought he would stay because, rather than bringing Reguilon in, but clearly not. Clearly he's not ready, but Pellistri clearly is. So I hope he does well.
It was one of them where we were like, Pellistri, why is he not playing? I know, like, kind of reining in on Anthony and saying, give him a chance. Like, obviously, we can't gas up young players too much. I get it. Because, when we've done that before and we think that these guys are amazing. And when we see, like, one of the senior players doing so badly, we're like, well, he can't be worse than the young player. And sometimes they can. Sometimes they can. But I don't know. I just like the fact that maybe he stayed and it could have been a U-turn from Ten Hag to say, you know what, actually,
he's ready.
I might bring you up. I might give you some more game time here. You're not. I think you're ready. Like, I don't think it's the right situation to send you out. Cam, what you going to say?
I've got a bit of a theory on Pellistri long term.
Go on.
I think he might end up as a right back long term in a few years. I think he could. I mean, it's a big transition.
Right back.
Yeah, it's a big change, but I think fullbacks in general seem to be disappearing now. It seems to be that if you've got a fullback, you either want someone who's basically a winger or you want someone that's basically just a really athletic centre back. So I think if you have the first category there, Pellistri, like, he's good going on the outside. His final ball is getting better every time. Yeah, and I think as well with the South American football, the way those teams tend to play, particularly in internationals, and Pellistri's played a lot of international games for Uruguay, they tend to play like really 1v1. So obviously defensively, that means you're in a lot of 1v1 battles. And actually, he's not that bad of a defender. He could definitely be, with a bit of coaching,
gets back in.
Yeah, it could work. And I can see him being a really nice overlapping sort of right back. Not for every game, but for games where United are expected to dominate the ball, I can see him long-term working in that position. It's something that's a bit different, but I think I see more potential for him as a right back than I probably do as a right winger, because it looks like Ten Hag wants a winger who always cuts in, which would work quite well with a player that goes on the outside, or even Jadon Sancho, brilliant when he's a little bit narrower with runners around him. A perfect runner for Jadon Sancho is Pellistri around the outside. So just a little theory I've got that long term.
It's funny because it's usually the other way around, isn't it? Like Bale goes up and then Saka, I think, was a right back. Well, he was everything for Arsenal at one point. So yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting point, actually. But isn't he a bit small for that?
That is one thing, but I guess as long as you got height in the rest of the back four, it's okay. Obviously, Martinez isn't the tallest, so that doesn't help.
Guillermo. Can't even say that. Guillermo. That is really hard to say. Guillermo. I'm going to say Guillermo. I'm going to say that. Guillermo Ray, who is the Real Madrid correspondent for The Athletic, he has said, exclusive, 3 minutes ago, Mason Greenwood joins Getafe. It's done. Announcement soon. And like I said, he's the Real Madrid correspondent for The Athletic. I don't know if Romano is... Oh, The Athletic said that. Amrabat second. United player.
Is he saying that's a loan, or is it just
loan? Yeah. He's the only one saying that right now, but he is part of the Athletic, like I said. So that is a credible outlet. So we'll see on that, but I think that one looks like it is probably done. Won't have to spend too much time on that, but at the moment, it's the latest on Mason Greenwood is that he has joined Getafe. It's done, announced soon. So we'll wait to see on that. Something like I says, Amrabat is the second Man United player who's moved to the club this summer, has coincided with the switch to Seg agency that also represents Ten Hag. Deal underlines authority Ten Hag has as he pushed for Amrabat. United needed another specialist defensive midfielder and have got one. It's a lot of switching in it. A lot of Romano said it on his kick stream. Also, I haven't got that up in the background. Probably should actually, but I'm not good at multitasking. So I'll leave you guys to update us with that because obviously, yes, Romano is probably live on his other stream. Sergio Reguilon is watching. I did see that. So yeah, it is interesting to see that. Another player that has ended up staying, or maybe might stay, Alvaro Fernandez. I just wanted to ask you a lot about that because that was a situation of obviously with the Reguilon thing where we were like, well, I was anyway. Why doesn't he just use him? Play Dallo and then have Alvaro Fernandez ready and waiting. It looked like he wanted to bring him in this year, but maybe not. But is there going to be opportunities if it's Reguilon, if it's we say him?
I'm good. Hello.
Man. Good man. I'll come to you in 2 seconds, Raf. Is there going to be opportunity? Actually, come to you straight away, bro. Just on Fernandez, just on Alvaro Fernandez potentially staying. I mean, look, there's 6 minutes left.
Yeah, I felt quite bad for him actually because I think obviously our two main left backs are injured now. You'll be expecting that Ten Hag would give a youth member a chance, at least if Delors gets injured or if Delors needs to cover for Wan-Bissaka at some stage. So it just means, really, it looks like Alvaro Fernandez is not in the thoughts of the manager at all. And the fact that they've even tried to send him out on loan today as well really emphasises that point. I think it's quite unfair, really. I thought he would get given a chance, but unfortunately not.
Because it could actually be a worse situation for him now, because if this has happened, then let him out. Let him... unless I'm missing something. He hasn't gone out on loan. They were trying, but...
it was like he was going to go to Spain. Can I jump in very quickly, Flex?
Yes.
I've been working in the background. First of all, two things. One, Minna, do I have permission to put this on the screen, the thing you sent me?
Yeah, that's calm.
Yeah, yes.
And that's for everyone that was calling me a tier 9 journalist.
Exactly. Look at this. Look at this on the screen. This was Minna when? 29th of July. 29th of July, saying that she was told by a person close to Amrabat, he's coming to United for sure. For sure. Okay? Never doubt the Minna sources, yeah? Tier whatever.
Sources.
Never, ever doubt the sources, yeah? Strong sources. Also, I have this, and big up to, I've also got my minions, okay? People send me stuff now, Flex. This is very exciting.
Do they actually?
Yes. Yes, they do. And in honor of us signing Sergio Reguilon, I've been sent a clip of how properly to pronounce his name. Take a look at this.
Let's just really analyze what it really is.
But we're wrong about everything, though. We thought we missed out. Remember how angry the fans were when we didn't get Reguilon from the Spurs one? We were furious.
What's his name?
Reguilon, bro. What's his name? Reguilon. What's his name? Why are you laughing, bro?
No,
it's a teachable moment,
no,
bro.
Because you know what?
Why are you
do you know why I'm laughing?
Bro?
Do you know why I'm laughing?
You used to work in a school,
no,
bro.
Yeah,
you didn't give me no confidence.
And what
bro.
I would do is show people that it's okay to get things wrong by laughing with them.
Nah, bro. What's his name?
No, the funny thing is that it could even be that with the proper Spanish thing on top and all that, but no one ever calls him that.
What's his name?
Just Reguilon.
Check the chat.
See? Come on, bro. Help KG out, man. Say it with me, KG. Reguilon. Exactly, man. Sounds like some pasta dish, says Kyle. I was thinking, raw. Is that like got a rabbit? Is that got meat in it or something? What do you want, please? Can I have a Reguilon, please? With extra garlic and parmesan, please. Reguilon. fuck's Regulion? Who is that? Damn right we didn't want him because he's not a real person, not a real player.
Oh, man. I hate this show.
Regulion.
I hate this show.
But where, can I ask you in your
That's
head,
what I
where
saw.
have you got
That's
Regulion
what I
from?
saw all this time. That's what
Man,
man.
you're unbelievable.
On the compilation, they don't really say the name. They should though.
No, you just put it, they just write it.
Yeah,
but
they
you don't-
Big up Hassan, who sent me that a couple of days ago. I got sent that a few days ago, and I went, "That's good. I'll sit on that. You got to wait for the right time." And now is the right time. Now that we've signed him.
I don't even remember that happening. I'm even watching that, and in my brain, in my memory, I'm like, I don't even remember that.
I got when someone sent that to me, I said, that is brilliant. That is strong memory. Someone sent that across. Hassan, big up Hassan. I told you I got my minions.
He did another one. What was it with the David Gill? David Gill.
David Gill. David Gill.
KG, man. Honestly.
And the worst thing is, he's met David Gill. He's met him. And he's taken a picture of him. All right, David. Call him David Gill.
David.
It's only him, bro. You can't.
Man.
He just does his own thing. He's done something else in terms of pronunciation as well. Can't remember who it was, but he did do another one.
Regulion.
That needs to go straight on UB clips. That needs to go straight on there. That's hilarious.
I didn't even know. Yeah, especially now we've actually signed him. It's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, the Athletic. Just to confirm, the Athletic have announced that Spanish side Getafe have signed Mason Greenwood on loan from Man United. That is done. Ben Jacobs says it, etc., etc. It's done. Yes, that is done. So he's gone. He's gone on loan. Not quite yet. I feel like I should have the actual time where it tells you how many seconds is left to do an actual countdown. Actually,
Muted. 8, 7, 6.
Have you just
5,
made that up? Oh, it's done.
4. No, sorry,
Yeah.
3. 2,
Oh, mine's already done.
1, 0. There you go.
There you go. Transfer window is
Ben.
shut.
Big Ben, because that's how we tell time here in the UK.
Yes.
We'll just look at Big Ben all day. That's how we. That's
Time
what we do.
is
So
up.
That's done.
The transfer window has shut. We've got Sofyan and Amrabat on deadline day and Regulion. Remember it, guys. Remember it. Friday, the 1st of September, 2023. Double deal in history. Regulion and Amrabat. Massive deadline day. Exactly. Now I think is the time, actually, in this part of the stream, to rate the window. It's officially over. It's officially done. Sometimes you do get little ones that come in afterwards where they say the paperwork was done just before the deadline, so this player's going on loan. We'll keep an eye out. If didn't hear anything about Bailly. Didn't hear anything about that. So don't know what's going on there. But let's rate the window. Let's go round the room. We'll start with you, Sol. What are you saying? Let's rate this window out of 10.
I think I'm going to go over 5.
Okay.
I'm in the middle ground because I think we didn't let enough players go. We didn't get rid of enough deadwood, I think. And I think the fact that I know we signed a young number 9, but I would have liked to see a proper established number 9. I think we desperately need it. But the signing of Amrabat is probably the highlight for me. So, and I think hopefully Mount will come good in some form. So a 5, sitting on the fence.
5, bang in the middle. Rich, what are you saying?
Yeah, I think 6. I'll give it a 6 because the incomings were decent. Like if we're honest, we're very happy with Nana. Well, like we said, we made 7 signings now, right? We're happy with Nana. Obviously, question marks over Mason Mount. Regular, nobody likes, it seems. Hoyland, we're happy with. Those first 3 signings we're kind of happy with. And then the rest is kind of the keeper, for example, we haven't even mentioned him because it's a non-starter. But I think my issue really, maybe I should go lower, is the outgoings. We've had so many outgoings, right? I think some of us don't even realize how many outgoings we've had. We've had so many outgoings. And let's park Henderson because we got 20 mil for him. For the rest of them, we probably scraped together like 10 mil. I'm sure we've got like 15, 16 outgoings. So that's where it falls down for me. Like absolutely dreadful. So yeah, I'll say 6.
Raf?
Yeah.
I'll just about give it a 5 actually. I just think it's not been good enough when you look at the signings that Chelsea have made, the signings that Man City have made, Arsenal have made, we're just behind once again. And not only have we not made, the signings of that high level, but also the process and how long it's taken us to make signings such as Amrabat. It's just disappointing, really. Hopefully, as I think Cam said earlier on, hopefully this is the last window under the Glazers, so it can be more than a 5. But yeah, 5 from me.
Minna, what say you? Because I know you always like, hurry up, man. I just want this to shut transfers along. You know what I mean? All this, will they sign? Maybe they won't. But now it is done. You know exactly what you got. What you rating it as?
I'm between 4 and a 5. So I'll say 4.5. I think we overpaid for some transfers. Our inability to offload players. Why the hell did we sign Johnny Evans? Don't know. I think the whole Amrabat thing dragged out for way too long. And there's still some question marks over some of the signings that we've brought in. So I'm saying 4.5. And also our inability to sell players has heavily impacted, as a result, the players that we could bring in, which is why we've brought in 2 loan players, which I think is not we're not that level of a club to be bringing in 2 loan players, one of whom is a position that we've been needing to fill for quite some time. So for that reason, I give it 4.5.
Really low for Minna. Minna's giving it the lowest yet. Cam?
Yeah, I was going to say 6. I sort of agree with Mina on the loans, because we've just had, striker-wise, we've had Igalo on loan, we've had Veghorst on loan, we've had Sabitzer on loan. It is really depressing. I think if you look at the window as a whole, in terms of what we signed compared to everyone else, it's not great, because everyone else, our rivals, are spending 60 to 80 million pounds plus per position to strengthen their starting team. We've spent nowhere near that on pretty much anyone apart from Højlund, who's been signed for that money because of his potential. So on that, it's not great. But I think when you consider the constraints that everyone at the club's working under because of the owners, I think it probably is about the best they could have done, because they've been sort of stuck in a corner by the contracts that the previous regime have given out, with Ed Woodward giving out ridiculous contracts to Dean Henderson, Harry Maguire, Van der Beek, whoever else. So I think with that considered, maybe it looks a bit better, but I think bottom line, we've improved quite significantly with a goalkeeper. We've improved the midfield. We've got a striker, which we didn't have before, who's got potential. So that's at the very least 3 starters that significantly improve the team. Midfield-wise, if you don't think Mount significantly improves the team, then Amrabat probably does. So one of the 2 of them at least does. So I think that's three starters signed is decent business. I think that's reasonable. So that's why I'm giving it a 6.
Yeah. Owen?
Part of me wants to give it a 4, but I'm going to give it a 5, just because I was talking to some friends earlier today, some United fans, and they were sort of saying, well, it's not as if we haven't addressed positions, because we have addressed positions this summer. We have addressed getting a goalkeeper in, which may or may not have been of your priority, depending on who you are. But I think we've already seen the benefits of having Andre to Cam. Don't even start. We've seen the benefits of Andre Onana. For instance, some of his passing against Spurs, for instance. There were a couple of passes in that game where we were like, that's never, we haven't seen that before, right? So you already see the positives with that one. We needed a striker. Højlund, look, time will tell. I don't think anyone knows what to expect realistically from him. My only concern is that we don't put too much pressure on him too quickly. The hope is just having a striker that's available regularly will score goals, just because by proxy we have a number 9 that's available, I hope. Amrabat was a key one, I think, particularly when you look at how the season started. So I'm glad that was over the line. The Mason Mount one, as time goes on, does feel a bit more strange, just in terms of how he's going to fit into that puzzle. But my hope is that maybe, again, Ten Hag's looking for a bit more versatility and being able to adapt mid-game or depending on opponent, switch things around depending on if we need to defend a lead, chase a lead, break a team down, something like that. So I'm content with that. And all the other stuff, look, we needed a backup goalkeeper because we were selling Henderson. The left-back situation, we didn't anticipate both of our left-backs getting injured. It is what it is. He's probably going to go in January. Johnny Evans, I guess he's just around because he's a nice guy, having around the club or something like that. So you can't really judge those ones. The biggest thing that people will probably take away from this window is the real difficulty in moving players on. And that's how we actually genuinely haven't changed at all. I think Ten Hag probably is a bit disappointed with it as well. I think Ten Hag assumed that one of, or maybe both of Maguire and McTominay was going to go, and they were going to raise significant funds from that, and then bring in higher profile players based on them. Like the fact that the window's shut, Donny's still around, Eric Bailly's still around. Nobody thought that was possible. We'd already written them off. So United haven't learned their lesson in that respect, and it's kind of the same as it was in January, scraping around for loans, got no money, desperation like it was last summer as well, in scrambling around because of the start to the season. So it's a 5 because it's kind of the same as it's always been. So it's on a par, I guess, for Manchester United, realistically. What about you, Flex?
Yeah, it's between a 5 and a 6, maybe a 5.5. But I do, because I've just felt so negative for the last, couple of weeks. I think I just want to be a bit more positive. I'm just going to say a 6 because I do agree. Again, you always use the analogy, Owen, of, the workings out of how you get to the right answer, and how we got to Amrabat just last day, scraping the barrel. But then if you just say, well, forget about the route. Did you get the right answer? Have you got the player that you lot wanted? Have you got the player that we needed? Yes, we have. Which is a positive. That's not bigging up Murto and all that. That's just saying the fact that he's in the door. Yeah. We wanted him, and he's in the door. We wanted a new keeper of a completely different mold. Got what?
Not again. This guy, he's here.
Nubian Pharaoh, man. Can you buy United?
This guy, wow.
The Sheikh Jassim Burner is back.
Only if I could just put that into
Super chats red for the Red Devils.
In the walkie, yeah. We could have got Amrabat a bit quicker.
Yeah. Shit.
My goodness.
And this time Nubian's not even rating the
window. Said
nothing.
No.
Not even rating the window. It's always when Nubian Pharaoh does this, it's literally like moment of silence.
Good show. Yeah, or sometimes it's just good show.
Jeez, good shot. Just nothing there.
Wow.
Just Nubian Pharaoh just coming through, man. Insane. I don't even know what to say. Haven't even said anything. Just big up. Like every time.
Can you buy shares in United or something like that, please? Do a leveraged buyout. Can you partner up with Sheikh Jassim or something?
I was going to say not with Sir Jim. Do not partner up.
No.
Partner up with Sheikh Jassim.
What if it is Sir Jim? What if it is Sir Jim?
It's not Sir Jim. It'd be in installments. It'd be Klarna. We'll be getting it in 90 days or something like that. Flex, is there any way though, when it comes to the window, just to round things off? No, because it is a bit negative because we've not been able to move players on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is there any way that with the players that we've got in, some players have been injured, so once everyone's back and available and up to speed, could it click? Is there a possibility it could click?
That's why I'm saying a 6, because what I was going to say is that the recency bias kicks in, yeah? So small margins matter. So let's say that, and I know you could say shoulda, woulda, coulda, but we have still won the first 2 games out of 3. Don't know how, but we have, right? So let's just say that, Mason Mount we played well against Wolves in the first game and won 3-0, and Mason Mount got an assist, and, it was just like a normal win. You're going, oh, yeah, let's say we didn't lose at Spurs, and, it wasn't a thriller against Forest. Going into this Arsenal game and going into the back end of this window, you wouldn't feel so flat. And obviously Højlund hasn't even kicked a ball yet. So we don't know. Like if Højlund was fit and started the season, we don't know. We could have seen some really promising signs that made us feel more at ease. But that's why I was saying I want the window to shut and just the players to just be there and play now, because then we can really judge how good a signings they are. And even if they would have played well in the first 3 games, even that's not a big enough sample size to say, brilliant, we've fixed everything. It's 3 games. So it's always quite difficult. So I think instead of judging how well the signings have done, because it's impossible to do that for good or for bad, because it's such a small sample size, you have to address, did you get done the bits that you needed to in the positions that you need? And that's where I agree with Cam. Starting goalkeeper, brilliant. That Onana's going to be good. Mount, okay. He's played a game and a half, so we can't say it's going to be brilliant. But that's who Ten Hag wanted. Give him the number 7 shirt. So that's got to be a tick so far. We don't know if it's going to work, but it's going to be a tick. And Rasmus Højlund, Ten Hag really wanted him. We never went for Kane. We never thought we could get Kane. Probably didn't even waste our time doing the Saga thing, which probably would have been. to even get involved with Kane, because they probably was never going to sell him to us for 100 million euros anyway, or pounds, whatever it is. Would have been more. So we thought, you know what, the whole package of Kane we can't even afford. So let's not even go near it. Let's just get Højlund. So we did get the things we needed, but the thing that keeps it at par, like I said, 5.5, it's a negative, which everyone reiterates. Just selling. We just can't sell players, and we knew for a long time that we were going to have to sell players in this window. And how planning, well, I was going to say how planning wasn't done. I will never know. I will know, because that's how we operate. It's crap. But that is what continually has to mark things down. It's annoying, because where you make progress in one area and you're like, fair enough, you know what, they've actually got some good targets in. Then it goes to this and you're like, same old shit. So it is about a par. It counts as for every good thing I've said, there's been an equal or greater than negative, which probably makes it the 5/5.5. But I was trying to just go for the 6, because I'm like, when they all settle down, windows close, get some training behind them, get a few games behind them, hopefully in a few months, you know how quickly things change as a fan. We're saying, oh, I'll tell you what, bloody hell, they're all doing all right. I'm going to get these super chats read out, and then you guys can have your kind of closing statements so we can wrap up. Believe for sure. Let's get to Pellistri fullback. Cardiovascular. Owen is getting. Daniel said Owen is getting pics of Flex shaking hands with our recruitment, with our recruiting department ready. Haven't done that.
It was Regulion.
The judge. Which he says it's my fault. We got Bayern Munich. Instead of asking me for the lottery numbers, he just says it's my fault.
I don't want you on those draws anymore.
I don't want to be on them. Good. I don't want to be on them.
Good, then fine.
And when we get out of the group, I'm not going on it.
I did them with Paolo, and we got Real Betis.
Yeah, we got Real Betis, and then which made us draw Sevilla as well at the same time.
And we were happy with that draw. We were happy with it at the time.
Well, we lost.
We were very happy.
Didn't work out though.
Didn't work out.
We were happy with it.
Yeah.
Guys, I got to drop off.
Big up.
Big up.
Winner.
Come on, United. We're being Arsenal.
Yes.
Energy.
Jay Bruce says Pellistri at fullback is crazy. LOL. Not in the Prem. They don't agree with you there, Cam. United all the way says Casemiro needs to be sold. If Amrabat is coming to replace him, players like him on the bench will only make things toxic, especially in the media. You need a good dressing room for a good season. I don't agree with that. If we beat, where are we at? Let me go to that one. It's gone a bit crazy here, actually. Let me go back up. Red Devil says, bigger rivalry, David De Gea versus Cam or KG versus Brandon Williams. Yeah, they are peak, both of them. Jason says, we only have 1.5 strikers in our team. How are we not looking for an additional striker?
I said Martial's half a striker.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
True.
Owen Stylizer says that if we beat Asna on Sunday, I'll drop 20. I'll drop 20 memberships. By the way, did Minna ever drop some memberships as promised in the chat? How does Cam think Mount will fit in with that?
That's why she left.
That's exactly why she left. Tabasol been a member for 14 months. Tabasol says, big up to the gang. Don't blame Donny. I don't think we ever got any real offers for him. And for me, he's better than McTominay. Prayer for @John James.
Big up John James.
Big up John James as well. Yeah, I remember from before. Was going through some stuff there, so big up to him. Where was we? There you go. Javi says, I didn't. Regulon was on United View, bottom right. Bottom right.
They're saying that
it was. I think it was at the time.
Cam.
It was
Cam there.
Cam.
Probably
Cam.
Daniel says he's a left back, not a Pokemon. And Aminor says, Flex, how could we sell Donny? Honestly, crap. Nubian Pharaoh. Enough said. Like Rich said there, unreal. Thank you, bro. And Ryan says, Regulion. That's in my head. Regulion. I just want to say it now because it's funny. Regulion versus Saka. It's not looking good, bro. Surely Regulion's not going to start.
Oh, don't play him. Don't start him. Surely not.
It'll be Dallo.
He can't. It's got to be Dallo, surely. He's only had one training session. Game Fanatic says, am I the only one who wants to support Regulion? Feels like everyone wrote him off and treat him like the worst left back ever. Feel sorry for him. He's our player now. So at least till January, absolutely, you are right. We do have to support him. He's got the red of Manchester United on. So as soon as we see him in action, it's going to be all cheers and all support for sure. Any player he signs. Alex says, is it not a bit awkward that Getafe offered Greenwood the chance to resurrect his career, especially after the recent scandals in Spanish football? Well, I suppose that's for a whole nother show, to be honest with you. One that I'm not going to care to talk about. But yeah, I do see your point. That is a bit ironic that they've got a lot of situations going on with their Spanish FA and females. And then one of their, Premier League teams in La Liga has taken someone who's just got this baggage with them and done what he's done. So yeah, that is ironic to say. Right, big up everyone, man. Big up to Cam, big up to Raf, big up to Sol, big up to Rich, big up to Owen. Obviously, Min is gone now as well. Transfer window is shut. We can breathe, we can relax. Thank you to everyone who's been watching all the transfer views throughout the month. Do you know what? Big up to Owen, actually. I think Owen deserves a round of applause, actually, because Owen, throughout this transfer, I'm going to say, could be wrong, I don't think he's missed one. And if he has, it's been maybe like one or two. But unbelievable, knitting things together, the real glue of the transfer window, making it happen, going live.
And nothing changes. Nothing changes. We'll be live every morning at 9 a.m. anyway. Nothing changes.
Exactly. Nothing changes. Yep. Just the topics. Yes. But yeah, Owen does deserve that because throughout the transfer window, it's been really, really hectic. And all the guys here on screen deserve massive props. And the guys in UV who are not here on the screen as well, because our team is just a GOAT team. It's just sick. Just because it is. And what? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for new guys. Exciting content coming out. We've got something with Cam and James, tactical view, Arsenal versus Manchester United coming up tomorrow morning. And
giving away the secrets. Giving away the secrets.
Oh, giving away the secrets.
That's my favorite comment. All of those ones, they go, guys, I really like the content, but like I feel like opposition teams might watch this and you might be giving away the secrets of the team.
Yeah.
They've got
I thought they were going to play in the dressing room. Watch. I thought they were going to play in the dressing room to sack up the boys.
Fucking Cam. He's fucking laughing at us. Fucking Cam. And then also myself and Turkish did a fan clash as well. So that is coming later on tomorrow as well. So tune in all the lead up to the big game at the Emirates on Sunday. It's all going to be here on United View. And yes, we will see you all again very, very soon. Take care, guys. Windows closed. Amrabat in. Regulion in. Can't ask for much more than that, can you? Peace.